Hello guys, it's HunterKiller101 again, and today I'll be doing a video on Fiddlesticks, more technically basically on a laning Fiddlesticks build and guide. So, as Fiddlesticks, as a laner, I take some mana regeneration seals, I believe. My glyphs are right now cooldown reduction per level. As you can see, I have a little bit of cooldown reduction. I have 2 or 3 flat cooldown reduction, the rest are per level, just to give me that early boost. I have spell penetration marks, and I do get that one skill in offense, which is Archaic Knowledge, I think, and that basically gives me 15% extra spell penetration. I also have, what else do I have here? 1% crit chance, 1% crit chance to do a lot of damage. Okay, so it does look like I will be taking mid here, and I do prefer flash and teleport for laning Fiddlesticks, just because you want to out-level your enemy as fast as possible, because if a good early game means a good late game. And I do grab a Doran's Ring first because I already have some magic penetration, as you can see here. So all I need right now is some ability power and some mana regen. And the health doesn't really bother me as much, because the more health you have, the better. Early game, it does matter a lot, but I usually play without Doran's Ring. But for Fiddlesticks, I do recommend the Doran's Ring, even if you usually don't go for Doran's first. So looks like Amumu here is actually having little spasms of his awesomeness of how he played Amumu last game. You guys can read that if you want, but it does look like I will be laning against Xerath, so this will be very interesting, as Xerath is a very long-range champion and Fiddlesticks is a very short-range champion, which probably will give me the disadvantage here, as I do deal less damage than Xerath here. But as you can see there, because of that lucky and powerful Dark Wind, bouncing twice on Xerath, and a couple of basic attacks on Xerath, that will cause him to actually drop his health by half. Unfortunately, that second Dark Wind did not hit him. My skilled order is always max Dark Wind first, especially against other casters here, and I do take 1 skill in Drain and 1 in Terrify, just for that crowd control if it ever comes in handy. As a little crowd control is never a bad thing. Looks like I'm lagging a bit here, as I actually think my hard drive is actually getting full. So I noticed that sometimes whenever your hard drives are getting full, lag does become a prevalent problem when you are recording. So I'm gonna have to clear that out and defragment that today. So this will be kind of my last video before I defragment my hard drive. And it looks like Xerath does land a stun on me. Unfortunately, I was not able to get that drain out, and I was stunned during my drain, so that is not something you want to do against Xerath. Although Xerath's skills are not that powerful at this point, they are pretty easy to dodge, as you can probably run left or right here, as you can see just now. I just dodged another fatal laser. It probably wasn't fatal, but I just don't like being hit by lasers, especially if they're made out of electro goo or something. I'm surprised that Xerath hasn't gotten a single skill in his his stationary artillery spell. I forget what that's called. This is W, and so I'm kind of surprised about that. Looks like Caitlyn here is having fun with Singed. I do get another level in Crowstorm. My Crowstorm is now level 2. Drain level 1, Terrify level 1, so that will be good. Nidalee is a pretty pesky champion, but we do have a Nidalee Halloween skin over here, so that is a good thing. It does look like I will be engaging Xerath here again. Unfortunately, he does land the stun on me. He did auto-attack me once, so I'm surprised he didn't do that. Unfortunately, because of my limited amount of mana, health, Xerath has had 2 health bots, so but Xerath is actually keeping me on guard, as he's not letting me drain minions to actually recoup my health, so that is something you want to do against the Fiddlesticks. Looks like I'm going to get another skill in Crowstorm here. Now my Crowstorm does deal a lot of damage. It is taking down Xerath's HP slowly. Minions are dealing a lot of damage too. Looks like Xerath just missed that laser there while I was draining, so that did buff up my health a little bit. Looks like two Dark Winds on Xerath. At this point, I'm waiting for my ult to charge up, just keeping him low as possible so I can ult in and actually dive him very well. So I know that if once I get my ult right now, I will have enough mana for Terrify and Drain combo. But unfortunately, I did just Dark Wind, and it looks like Xerath making out of there with barely any health. Here, I'm saving my Q for the opportune moment as Tryndamere just comes into range. That is something you want to do against melee champions. As soon as they're not right away, but as soon as they are about to auto attack you, just terrify them and run back. If you use Terrify too early, they will actually just stop pursuing you. But if you want to kind of be more bait more, then you might as well Terrify the second they come in here. Here, I Terrify him again, I think. Or no, actually, I'm actually draining him because I know I can deal enough damage. Tryndamere here is taking a lot of damage, but he did heal a lot of that back with his Q. So that is unfortunate here, as this middle lane is now a 2v1 middle lane. So I'm at a bit of a disadvantage here. Amumu not coming to gank for me, although he is going to gank to me right now. So it does look like I will be recalling. Let's check out Amumu's damage output. Looks like he will be engaging. No. Xerath is coming back to mid. I think pretty sure he's at max health. Amumu does get a very good stun. Unfortunately, that is not enough as Tryndamere coming into the fray. Unfortunately, I cannot see the health bars, but I can tell you that Tryndamere is very low, and Xerath is also very low. As when I look back, look how low they are, and look, Amumu did that all by himself. That is one powerful Amumu. I do teleport back here just to get back into the action. Now I know that if I ult Xerath and I Q him in W, he will most likely die. Mumu here thought he was going to die, but looks like he barely survived that. He does have Xerath in this lane. He came back with 3 health pots. I'm actually surprised, but then again, he is taking a lot of damage from me, so the health pots are his only way of actually regaining his health, unlike me where I can just spam my W and gain some of my health back. So that is one advantage of Fiddlesticks over most AP champions, but he can deal attack and heal himself at the same time, and that will actually prevail. Looks like people are complimenting how Nidalee starts with boots. That's usually how I play him, but looks like Xerath lands another stun here. The Dark Wind does actually silence Xerath, and that probably would have been deadly if he ulted me there. But I did have my flash, so I could have easily gone away. Another Dark Wind coming in, taking a lot of minion kills. Another level in Dark Wind. My drain right now is at level 2. By level 7, you want to have 1 skill in everything, 3 skills in Dark Wind, 2 skills in drain, and 1 in your ult, of course. And it looks like Amumu will be ganking here as Xerath is being binded by Amumu. I do ult in and flash in to actually get in range. I do use my my E, I believe. Actually, I don't think I use my E. We will be chasing Tryndamere here as he does not have his ult, and there are no minions next to him that are about to die. He will be dying right now as I do drain him, but unfortunately he does spin away, and looks like Amumu will not have enough mana or actually cooldown reduction to actually do another binding. So it looks like we prevailed in that fight, and that did give me first blood, so I'm pretty happy about that. Looks like Amumu here will be holding. After my Doran's Ring and Sorcerer's Shoes, you want to get like Amplifying Tome and Transcend either into Abyssal Scepter if you're seeing you're taking a lot of damage, or you can transcend this Amplifying Tome into a Haunting, guys, as that will give you some health and some magic penetration in order to deal even more damage. Xerath here having only 30 magic penetration, and I already have 34 magic penetration, so I go through his magic resist very easily. But against harder to hit champions like Graves at this point, and Nidalee, that will be a problem. But that is why I usually go for Haunting, guys, as looks like I just dodged another stun there, so I will be continuing to engage here. Trying to keep Xerath at base, keep Xerath from taking minion kills. Unfortunately, his attacks are very long range compared to mine, so it is very hard for me to actually defend against this. So looks like Xerath will be shooting more missiles at me as he's missing. Unfortunately, he does stun me, and as my drain was going, so I do lose a lot of health regeneration and some health. That Dark Wind actually not doing much against Xerath. Sometimes you're lucky with Fiddlesticks, as his E can actually hit multiple times against champions, but sometimes you're not really that lucky, and his E early game is pretty much based on his like luck and how the E will fly to and hit multiple champions multiple times. It looks like Xerath will be ganking me here. Not ganking me, I mean he'll be attacking me, but I do get out of that. His lasers are becoming harder to dodge as he does have his W now, and that's almost instantaneous, and I can barely see him unless my minions are actually spotting for him. So I'm not sure how I will do late game, but I can tell you that if I do keep up my mana and my health up, there's no way that Xerath can actually kill me with all his spells bursting me down. Xerath isn't a champion that deals a lot of damage. He doesn't deal burst damage, I would say, compared to Fiddlesticks or other like champions like Brand or anything else almost. It looks like Singed here is actually taking on a move. I will be ganking Singed here, and Caitlyn will be going for Singed as well, and will be try owning his ass. And as Caitlyn does use that exhaust on him and the net, I will be in range to terrify, but no, it looks like I will be running into his poison for multiple like amounts of seconds, so that did not really benefit me. Unfortunately, Caitlyn is keeping Singed away, but I'm actually debating here whether to ult in if Caitlyn can deal a little bit more damage. But in the end, I decided not to. Looks like our bot team has prevailed, and they have taken out the outer turret. So, yeah. Looks like Singed here still playing very cautiously. Xerath is unavailable right now, so I can't really see him. So I'm pretty sure he's coming here to gank me, and fortunately, I do recall out of there, and I guess I was wrong. Xerath was in fact at mid, so I am no problem danger. I do teleport into my middle turret to save it. Unfortunately, I am taking a lot of burst damage from Xerath, and I actually thought they were going to dive me there, but thanks to their poor choices, well, actually, one of them could have died in that fight if we had engaged. Looks like Graves, Nidalee, and Amumu here are actually protecting us. Nidalee has a lot of AP for level. Not really sure. It looks like their Nidalee and their Graves, which is like basically an identical team to ours, at bot, is coming to take bot. I'm not sure. They have landed a spear on the dragon, so we'll see how that turns out. It looks like I have been stunned again. Caitlyn's having a lot of trouble here as Singed and Trinimir are taking her on. Looks like Singed is coming to gank me, and I can't believe I didn't notice that. It looks like Xerath will be stunning me. He is ulting me, and I do flash away into the direction of Singed, so that is a very bad mistake that I made. So I wasn't aware that the pings were going off, so I'm about to get Larry's like scolded and shit here. So get ready to read the comments and like how people complain that look at this, Graves is already saying ping means run at them, right? Well, it depends. I mean, like, if ping goes to a champion and he's at low health, like, now I'm just making stuff up, so at this point I am pretty angry as no one actually warned me about Graves taking a lot of damage from this Xerath here, as he's being like completely ownage, dealing a lot of damage to everything in this path. I'm not sure what Graves is doing here. Should be able to try shot his way through this minion wave, but I guess not. I do actually, it looks like I didn't actually buy Haunting Guys, as I saw that Xerath's magic resist is only 30 and I have enough to penetrate fully. So it does look like I will be going for a Fiendish Codex here, so I will be getting that extra cooldown reduction, a little bit of mana regen, a little bit of AP, so that does balance things out, and I will be able to spam my spells more, which Fiddlesticks is a champion that he doesn't have a lot of spammability, as his spells do have a very long cooldown, especially his ult, and without cooldown reduction, his ult is like a 150-second cooldown, and it can become a very big hassle if I do Dark Warden Xerath here. He does take a little bit of damage, but looks like Amumu will be ganking here, and any damage I deal right now will be beneficial during the fight when Amumu comes to gank. So I'm not really sure. To look at Xerath, does get whatchamacallit. Looks like Amumu does land a very good. I do drain. Unfortunately, I do have making time, so I decide to ult it as Amumu did ult it. So looks like Neely will be taken down because I do drain her. Trinimir is almost dying. I do save my Q for when Trinimir does spin into range of Amumu, but. So that does actually help me out and does allow Amumu to survive with minimal health, and getting a heal from Neely there. So it looks like we will be taking this middle turret very easily as bot Graves is not coming to gank us, and we will be. And looks like Singe is actually coming to gank us. Oh no, never mind. So we're free to take mid turret for free and 2 champion kills. So this has actually paid off. It looks like I will be falling back after this minion wave to buy my Morella's Evil Tomb, I believe, or I do get Deathfire's Grasp if you like the extra damage and burst damage. So I personally like more damage for my spells rather than Deathfire's Grasp. The only champion I get Deathfire's Grasp on is Vhagar, who with his huge burst, he can actually burst down tanks with the Deathfire's Grasp. Deathfire's Grasp deals like 50% HP damage if you're like a Vhagar that's already has 500 AP at almost max build. So that is the only champion that I buy it on. Now, it doesn't look like the enemy team is building for a lot of magic resist, other than Singed here. He does have a little bit more magic resist than most, but I still almost fully penetrate him. Does look like Dragon is actually being something happening to the Dragon here, as okay. Looks like Singed ulting here. We'll be taking down Caitlyn. Will he? He does not engage. It looks like Trinimir here and me having a little fun here as Trinimir is trying to slow us. Unfortunately, he is going to slow us. I do drain him, so his health is constantly dropping. Unfortunately, Xerath does come and ult me and Amumu here, so it does look like Amumu will possibly die, but looks like Nili here and Graves coming in to clean up. Nili here will actually die thanks to our Nili's flash and to take that out. Unfortunately, this Graves is running right into the smoke screen, but looks like Graves is actually getting left behind here, but that was a very close battle. Unfortunately, we did lose that battle, so I'm surprised that they didn't get the dragon after this battle, so their team isn't that coordinated. Surprised Caitlyn hasn't out-farmed or they're Singed yet. Let's see how much creep kills. Creep kills. Caitlyn is actually doing almost twice the amount of creep kills I am. That is insane. And Singed, of course, he thrives on last hits. So I actually thought that Singed would be below 50 creep kills by this point, but it's like I do ult for Xerath here, and I do quickly take him down with the huge amount of burst. It looks like their Nidalee has just come into the bush here. I do flash to get into range. Unfortunately, I was not in range of Terrify, so I do have to fall back. I do Terrify Trinimir here and am draining Graves, as I know if I drain Trinimir then he can just ult and that'll be pretty much useless. Unfortunately, their Trinimir did not use their ult, so here Slink coming into the fray. I do Q him and I do begin to drain him, and our Amumu here is also engaging. Nidalee does miss that spear, so Sinshare is getting pushed away. As Fiddlesticks, you probably solo Dragon by levels 4 or 5, as your W will heal you for a lot of the damage that you deal. As long as you have blue or as long as you have enough mana, you can easily take the Dragon by yourself. But at this point in time, because Singed was up, I thought it would be safer if all 3 of us actually took the Dragon. It's getting a bit late. I definitely need to defragment my hard drive. My other hard drive, which I usually record this on, is defective or something, and for some reason it's not working anymore, and It is completely pissing me off here now. I like just staring into the bush. What is this here? This looks very important to us. Anyway, jibber jabber. What will I buy next?